Thanks for coming to play with us today at Grassroots. We have got some things to show you that will spice up your fall, because that's what fall is all about, right? So a lot of times when we come into fall, we've had summer hair, and this is Barb, by the way, and summer tends to really lighten our hair. So when it comes to fall, we like to add some darker tones. All over color is gorgeous right now, and Barb just did a truffle chocolate on her hair, which is just beautiful. And so she's completely ready with her color for fall. And the other thing that we really like to do, oh, this is so important, I need to tell you this. We've been seeing straight hair for a really long time. And that doesn't mean that straight hair is not okay anymore, but finally, for 2011, so the end of 2010 fall coming into 2011, texture is a really good thing. Okay, so because texture is really hot right now, what we can do, and actually Barb has some really lovely natural wave in her hair, and we're just sort of amplifying that a little bit by using a flat iron. Now many of you are currently using flat irons, but you've been using it to really pull the hair straight, and especially people with natural curl. I hope you're happy to hear this. It's okay to embrace your curl again. It's okay to let your texture show and let it shine. And some ways for you people that have straight hair to switch it up a little bit would be to use a flat iron. And you're seeing in the magazines these really nice, almost zigzaggy, that we call them Hollywood waves. That can be achieved with a flat iron rather than using a curling iron. You get a lot looser, kind of extended, like I said, almost a zigzag curl rather than a real tight spiral. And it's just a really nice, fun way to add a little bit more texture to your hair. Now for Barb, I did go through a few minutes back, and we added some wave already, and I'm just going to show you the technique that we used. We're just really wrapping the hair strand around the flat iron one time and then pulling the hair strand through, and so you just get that nice zigzaggy curl. And you can do this throughout the whole head. Another thing that works really nice, especially again when you have really long hair, is rather than starting the wave up top at the roots, pick some strands to do just from the bottom. So you can actually use the iron to sort of straighten the strand first and then put the wave in just at the very bottom. And that looks nice because what happens is after you put waves throughout the whole head and you sort of just finger tousle through, it actually gives it a lot more natural appearance, because people who have curly hair, the curl isn't exactly consistent all over. So doing this just gives it a very natural textured look, which is what we're going for. We're not going for super consistent, tight, spirally curls all over. We'll just go ahead and put a couple more over here. And again, just pulling the strand through the iron and releasing it down into that looser wave. This is also a great thing to do if you're working on, maybe you want to wear your hair down in textured waves like this at first, but then you're going out somewhere special later and you want to pull it up and do something a little bit different. So these kind of waves actually stay in the hair better than curling iron curls do for the most part. The set seems to last a lot longer, and again, like I said, stays a little bit more natural. And after you've put the waves in, you can just finger tousle through, like I said, and then lift. Barb has lots and lots of hair, so people with heavy texture, like Barb has, seriously, her ponytail is like the size of a baseball. She has enough hair for a lot of people, but it's all hers. So she doesn't have to try real hard to get that amped up fullness in there. Where some other people, maybe you're going to want to just, you can even back comb a little bit. Ooh, that was a fun little thing. You can even back comb just a little bit with your fingers, like this, to push the wave up a little bit higher. Okay, so the idea is just keep it easy, keep it soft. You don't have to make everything perfect. A little bit deconstructed is actually better. We started seeing that in 2010, and that's definitely carrying through for the next year. And again, just a little bit of spray. See how the wave comes together on this side? That zigzag pattern just falls in so pretty. You see that in the magazines right now, and all the celebrities. Very pretty. Don't you look gorgeous, Barb? Woo! Okay, so that's one thing you can do to switch up your style for fall. And then And I know I talked with you, for those of you who have been watching this show for a while, you've seen perhaps some of the segments where I've showed you asymmetrical looks, and that is something that is really going to continue for 2011. So just pulling everything over super soft, leaving it in a side ponytail, is still a really, really fun thing to do. The other thing that we're seeing, rather than everything being pulled down low, is styles that are starting to come up high again. This is something that probably would be kind of challenging for Barb, just because she has so much hair. And I actually asked her earlier, do you wear your hair up? And if so, when you do, does it ever give you a headache? And what'd you tell me, Barb? Yeah, it definitely does. For those of you who have thick, heavy hair, you know that. You wear it up on top of your head and ooh, it gives you a headache or your neck starts to hurt. So this isn't necessarily something that Barb would want to do very often. She maybe could do it with half. She could pull the top half up and leave the bottom half down. But pulling your hair all the way up to the top of the crown and then securing so that you've actually got yourself a cute little top knot. In Barb's case, a big top knot. It's a fun thing to do. And you know, if she wanted to wear it that way for work, she's already got it set. It's up in that gorgeous top knot. She gets done with work, and it's like those fancy things you see in the movie where they take one pin out and shake your hair, darling. Shake it, shake it. Oh, yes. And then it's beautiful. So I hope this gives you some great ideas for what you can do to update your style moving into fall.